I just want to be genuine today. Having to test people's mindset, how far they're willing to let it go. In a sense that I know that the inner vision of your spiritual capacity is for you to grow. You want to be at this level. You know very well that you can be able to connect to the all-knowing. Having to do your meditations daily, any spiritual practice that can be able to give you that push. As long as you're able to do it, it becomes very successful. Sometimes we have to test ourselves in a celestial capacity that allows us to tap into the unknown. You know very well that what is it that you're interested in is something you do not know. But over the fact that you're interested in it, this is you tapping to the unknowing. If you can be genuine with your spiritual awakening in terms of, even though you do not see the results, you still yet again keeping up with it. Nothing is going to make you feel being discredited to that point, because you know it inside that you can be able to do this. It is a celestial connection. So many people have the celestial connection, but it happens at times that you don't really trust yourself enough that you can be able to do the impossible. And those are the tests I talk about, that how far are you willing to go in order for you to be able to encounter that awakening that comes in a genuine way. Like, you are being genuine about it. You can feel the presence and the energy that I can be able to have this spiritual capacity to unlock everything that is locked. Because I could tell you something, that within your aura, your whole entire energy, everything that you're seeking for is right there in front of you. It can be behind, front, sideways, but it is always there. You look at it in a sense that part of them are like atom structures that are small particles. Inside of it are living organism, which when you look into it in that deep sense, it creates a living environment. Within that living environment, all of those molecule structures, which I'd like to call them the macabres, within have a different celestial connection, that when you connect to it in a deeper sense, it opens up your experience within to start to live in these worlds. And it is the very same thing which, when you start to meditate, not only you're trying to connect to, but you're connecting to that subconsciously. So the all-knowing is just there right in front of you. You just need to start practicing it. Even though you do not see the results, you know very well that all the information I seek for is right there in front of me. It is always around you. It's never away. Everything that happens, whether be it can be traveling within your space, you are like a walking space at some point. You are like a walking shield that reserves itself like a planetary system. And if you can be able to maintain such connection by just living, it makes it easy for you to be able to tap into this reality I talk about most of the time. And then that's when now you realize that all the information that I'm seeking for is around me. Even if it means that you have to travel to a different celestial connection, through aspects of your body within the proximity of your whole entire aura field, it carries and possesses those identities which, when you are genuine about going through a form of a meditation, you can be able to be in those moments. Right before you can even create your own space, master it, upgraded, start to connect with those energies, already that information is around you. Look at it in a sense that when you dream, where do you go? You come out of your whole entire body, that's for sure, that's definite. But at the proximity of your aura system at the same time, you don't entirely come out of your whole entire body space, but you come out of your whole entire body within the space. Now you're external, but within yourself. A form of a dream, which is a traveling sensation experience, is what really happens. You're leaving the body, but not entirely, completely leaving it. You're still at the region of your space. If you were to acknowledge and know this, that you are a walking space, as we are all in her walking space as well. It is the same thing. Your conscious awakening will make you realize, as you are tapping into her in a spiritual sense, so you're more like connecting to the celestial being which are inside of her, but at the proximity of the aura system in her body. It can be expressed in different ways depending on what the host of the body, or the one who carries it with all the living organism inside of it, how they would want to create a reality to be a reflection on those who can be able to realize it. You start to do the very same thing. How would you want to possess, not to possess rather, but to reflect on the aspect of what's really happening around the surroundings of your aura field, which becomes the space of the living reality. So all the information is there. Sometimes you would notice that even though I'm reading a book, there's a connection towards this book with all the words that's been written in terms of what is really happening. You can quickly tap into it and understand without actually even reading the whole entire passage, for that matter. Especially when it comes to something that is celestial connection, that allows you to think so deep, in a sense that now you start to reflect all that information with what's happening inside of you. Part of that can be an experience. Part of that can be an experience of part you had before you read the book. So the information is inside of you. It's always been. You are being surrounded by this space, which at some point it will require you to reactivate in order for you to have the hang of it, to start to acknowledge it. Because sometimes it's hard for you to acknowledge some of the things if you're not entirely doing any practice that will open you to that space and experience to understand who you are completely. And that's what I'm saying. The fact that you're sitting, you're thinking, where is that information coming from? You might think that it's actually coming from your mind. Sometimes it's not. It is an expression of the reflection that is connected to the consciousness outside of you at the proximity of your aura system, which is your space, extending that to become a thought form as you start to create it, to be, and make it to exist. Not all of it comes from the mind. Before it came to your mind, where did it actually come from? It was around you, waiting for you. Which at some point you might actually like to think that it is a download, which is a download. That is why most of the time you have headaches. Something comes in a pressure point, you start to have a headache. Most of you go through that because you are receiving a download. Now it's time for you to reflect upon it. But it depends, based on your belief system, what you know is the truth, what you know is the lie, will be able to interpret what you received from above which is not from the sky, but the celestial connection of your energy points that flow, more than 15 energy points, vice versa, under your feet and above, that is able to connect to create the celestial space for you to start to connect to this information. Hence, that is why I would advise people that you have to walk with your bare feet. It's more than just walking with your bare feet. There's a deeper connection you're reaching out to without having to work so hard and having to meditate. But it is a genuine connection that actually comes to you in that sense. And you're just opening yourself in that experience. The only thing that you're doing, you're opening yourself to that experience so that you can start to grow with all the downloads you're receiving, both from the underground and above, but which is connected to your celestial shield, which is your space that carries all that information. So all the information that comes inside, it is an expression of the outside of your body, which is still the shape of your whole entire space. That can be a shield, that can be a planet. As soon as it actually projects inside of your body, there's a way for you to be able to express it, which is your true influence. Which is your true influence that holds so much information and a capacity of energy in order for you to be able to use your intelligence, knowing how you can be able to interpret it and create it as an expression that becomes a feeling, yet becomes complex. But because it is personal to you, you are able to receive it the way you know that you can be able to understand it, understand it, and understand it. So this is just a genuine, complex way of understanding yourself to that level that you are the light that carries information and energy, the cosmic light rather, not the illusional light. The cosmic light that carries important information for you to start to embark on that and expand. You're expanding a different feeling for you now to start to be one with that energy, which is very important to you at some point. It is. But it doesn't help if you're not entirely aware of this. You have to be aware of it in order for you now to start to not to possess, but to start to generally be one with this connection, internal, external feeling within the space of your aura field, to connect to the truth which you are and start to express it out there. It is a beautiful thing, becomes a beautiful connection. The energy will express itself in different colors, sense, feel. Genuine connection that within those specific blueprints that comes with the hues of colors that can surround your body, which in a thought form is an expression of the intelligent information, you can be able to tap into it and learn something out of it. That throughout your whole entire space, there are living organisms, which are planetary systems, molecular structures, the macabres, atom structures, which filter itself in a form of an information. You can be able to change that into a study. So you're studying yourself, studying your experience, studying everything that you go through in order for you now to come into this reality that is all-knowing. From the unknown, which is inside, it makes it look like it's nothing because it is yet nothing, because nothing is very important. It is the fifth element, the empty space, the empty void, from which you come from, has and possess so much details and information about you to start to understand, and understand yourself. So think about this. All the information is around you. Tap into it and start to be it.